G'day, it's Pete here from Ace Creative. You know what time it is? It's time for us to do a brand new YouTube video. And before I start, I really just want to thank everyone. I've had this YouTube channel for maybe a year now and just put odds and ends up. But over the last month I put up a few new types of videos and they really seem to be getting a bit of YouTube traction, which is really encouraging. I mentioned it a little bit last week, but I'm really thank you, and I want to thank you guys because you've made all the difference to the YouTube channel. So if you like the videos, if you're a Fujifilm film person or just like photography, hit the subscribe and the like thing. That really means a lot to me. Drop your comments on the. So if you watch this video for any length of time, you know I am a Fujifilm kind of guy. I've got the XT1 shooting on the XT3 here, and I love this XT1 with the 27mm pancake lens. You hear me talk about it all the time because I just love it. One of the things I found recently, and I mentioned in two previous videos, is the FujiXWeekly website. If you guys are Fujifilm shooters and you haven't been there, check it out. Richie curates that. He curates Fujifilm recipes and he just does an amazing job. So I can't thank you enough, Richie. I know we've chatted a little bit on the gram as well and you've given me some great advice, so I really appreciate it. I think you've taken my photography to the next level. So we are going to use the faded monochrome recipe. The XT1 is an X-Trans 2 sensor. So at the Fujifilm website it's specified on different sensors. This is the X-Trans 2. And I've tried something different as well over this last week. I'm using square crops, which I've never really done before. You know, it's really easy, you know, on Instagram especially, everything's, or you know, tries to push you into a square thing, but I've never really deliberately thought about what would it look composing photos as a square crop rather than, I don't know, 6:9 or something like that and cropping it down in post. So taking square photos, I think for me, it's changed the way I've taken photos. I don't know if you guys have done any square photos before, but I love it. It's really changed the way I've been looking at photos. So I really encourage you guys, try a square crop. It's really, it will change the way, it's certainly changed the way I've had to think about all my compositions, fitting more of a story into less of a photo and thinking about what do I need to cut out of the story or the photo, so to speak. So yeah, so check it out. So let's talk about the faded monochrome recipe first of all. So on Fujifilm cameras, probably on DSLRs as well, there is and I don't know if this will be able to pick it up, but a double exposure mode on Fujifilm. I know it's on this XT1 and the XT3 there as well. So a double exposure takes two photos. So the idea of the faded monochrome, obviously black and white, take a photo, get a white piece of paper or a white surface, and then take a second exposure. And that gives it that faded look. I think it's really exciting. It gives that faded look, and if the paper is a little bit crumpled or not fully covering the frame, then it gives it an extra film look. So when we go through the photos, I'll tell you what I mean, and you'll see what I mean. See what I mean. Gotta get my glasses on for this one. So this first lot of photos really were just taken in my local area. The Fujifilm, this XT1, it comes with me pretty much wherever I go in my local area. I take it with me when I go to work, when I go out, when I'm out with friends, because it's just such a versatile camera, especially with the 27mm lens. It fits anywhere, can fit almost in a jacket pocket, certainly in a bag. So these few photos were taken just around my local area, and I'm always on the lookout for different compositions. And I had that faded look in mind, so there was something specific that I wanted to capture, which was that faded look that you might see in old family photos, certainly black and white ones. So this old car I really quite like, with the coffee cup. It was the ceramic coffee cup on the dashboard, which is really quite nice. I seem to photograph a lot of laundromats. There was one when I was practicing with a 50mm 1.4 lens, the Hexanon lens. I found a really neat laundromat on the Gold Coast, but this one's just local, and again I like the faded look. There's something dreamy and quite ethereal about it that I really like, and I really like how the photo turned out. These next few photos were in the cane fields of Brisbane, South Brisbane I should say, Northern Gold Coast. So I was doing a photo shoot, a best friends shoot, which is fantastic. And I've got a video of me just after the shoot, but I loved it. I think this film simulation, this recipe, fitted this look perfectly. It was this, not necessarily like rural abandoned, but just rural settings. It looked old and it looked like a picture that you'd see in an old family photo album, and I loved it. So here's a video of me when I was there talking about the experience, because I love the moment, and then we'll run through the photos. Really just some cane fields, an old pickup truck, as the Americans say, and country roads. But that square crop, I think, brings the composition alive. There's something about it. I don't know if you guys have a word for it, but I love it. It makes it pop. There's something just so perfect about this moment. And I'm loving the square format of the photos that I'm taking and the black and white. I love it. Sometimes you do photo challenges and they're a challenge, and sometimes you do photo challenges and they're just a joy, and they remind you of why you did photography, and this is one of those instances. I mean, just look at this beautiful country. Isn't that something else? I love it. So as you know, with previous videos, I'm quite involved with my daughter's school agricultural program. We go to different schools. So these photos were taken at the Mount Gravatt, which was just this weekend gone. A lovely show. In the morning there was this lovely mist, so the first few photos had this even more ethereal look. Really just nice rural themed pictures, cows and sheep, and things that you'd expect to find at a show. And again, I wanted the photos to look old, really old scenes, and I think I accomplished it. I want you guys to let me know what you think, but I liked it. I really quite liked it quite a lot. So finally, West End. I love West End. I used to work there, and just a fantastic area in inner city Brisbane. So let's walk through these photos. This diner, well, it wasn't a diner, a restaurant. You'll see it was yellow. Obviously the photos are black and white. But I like the form. I like the shadows on the tables, and it looked old-fashioned. Things I was looking for in West End with this was, I was looking for some street art. There were some buildings that I had in mind. I don't think they turned out as well as I liked, but looking for some geometric shapes and ideas and things like that. So, I mean, West End, I love it, and I think you guys will like these photos as well. Tell me what you think in the comments. So I'm calling this a no edit challenge. All these images, I should have said at the start of the video, no editing at all. I haven't even cropped them, not one single bit. So what you see is what you get, is what I got straight out of camera. I really want to know your thoughts. I love this recipe. It's probably been the favorite challenge I've done so far. I've loved the images I've created. I've loved the creative process. Like I said in that little snippet when I was out in the field, sometimes it's a challenge and sometimes it's just a joy, and this was a joy. It was a joy to make. It was a joy to capture the images, and I love that, because that doesn't always happen. Sometimes photography, believe it or not, as enjoyable as it is, can be a bit of a chore. You know, looking for compositions or thinking through what am I going to do, or trying to even get in the right headspace. So that wasn't the case for this. Everywhere I went, I seemed to get images that I adore, that I love, and I threw a few up on my Instagram and got some really great feedback from you guys, which I appreciate. It means a lot. It means a lot to me, because the creative process is, you know, you pour your heart and soul into it. So if you guys have used the faded monochrome recipe, let me know. I couldn't really find much on YouTube. If you're a Fujifilm kind of shooter, guy or gal, let me know. I'm really keen on supporting Fujifilm photographers. I've actively tried to seek them out on YouTube and support their channels, because it's a community that I really like. I like to support. And you guys have given me a lot of support. My latest video, or the most recent video, it's probably hit 200 views pretty soon, which again is fantastic for me. I'm really stoked, and the engagement I've got from you guys is, I mean, looking at the comments, heaps of comments. It's fantastic. I'm proud of you guys, and I'm really thankful to you guys for helping me make this channel what it is. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I loved making this video. I love making the images. Over this next week, I'm going to concentrate on minimalism. I've never really thought about that or done that before. So if you guys have got any experience, if you guys have got any ideas or reference material, one of the Brisbane photographers here, Rauri Barron, I'll put his link down below. I did a video on minimalism here on the Gold Coast not too long ago, which I loved. Always love your stuff, Rory. And that's kind of inspired me to look at minimalism. I probably won't do landscapes, I'll probably do more street style, but we'll see. We'll see which way the road takes us. Anyway guys, thank you again. If you like this video, really hit the like button. It means the world to me. Drop your ideas, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that button, the subscribe button, and that way you'll get notified of future updates. Anyway guys, thanks for joining me. Love God, love others, and take time to listen.